I want to thank Ken Peterman and the entire fantastic team at Comtech Telecommunications Corporation for their staunch support of the America's Future series, their dedication to thought leadership, their focus on advanced technologies, putting capabilities in the hands of the warfighter faster. They're really moving the needle. We like to say they're moving at Peterman time because Ken makes things move pretty quick. So, Ken, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to turn the mic over to you. We'll bring up Clint, and then we're going to present some awards. We'll have some photo opportunities and a couple of great conversations. I want to thank Kim Kreider for securing Dr. Martell. We're going to have a Medal of Honor recipient, Flo Groberg, and General Allen joining us, et cetera. So a great lineup of interesting conversations. Let's kick it off with Ken.
Thank you. So listen, we're transitioning now to the American Future Series 5-Star Award. This is really important. This is about our young men and women in uniform. This is about when they transition out of that uniform and join the commercial sector. I am in awe of the young men and women in this nation that choose a life of service, that choose a life of going wherever they need to go, whether they politically agree or not, to serve this nation and do what sometimes is the really tough business that falls on us as Americans, okay, the tough global business. So I'm really in awe of that, and I think the companies that support our veterans as they transition out and join the private sector, those companies need to be recognized, those companies need to be rewarded. The recipients in the past of this 5-Star Award include Jamie Dimon, Ross Perot Sr., Marilyn Houston, Dr. Thomas Kennedy, and of course Jeff Bezos of Amazon. It's given to business leaders and their organizations who support the transition of those veterans in the private sector, both from a philanthropic perspective, but also from a career progression perspective. And that's something to really be proud of. As the past recipient, the most recent past recipient of this award, Amazon and Jeff Bezos, they're represented today by Clint Crosier, Major General retired Clint Crosier, who at Amazon currently leads their entire aerospace and satellite space sector. He's responsible for bringing to both the commercial and the government market cutting-edge solutions in cloud-native technologies to make the world a better place. Before he joined Amazon, he spent 33 years in the Air Force. His most recent post was Director of Planning, giving really birth and being the architect in many ways of the U.S. Space Force. A remarkably challenging job for which I think he's done a remarkable job. Before that, he led GPS, he led SATCOM, he led missile warning systems, he launched Atlas and Titan rockets. He has had an amazing career. So with that, I would like to have the presenter of this 5-Star Award to step forward, my friend, Clint.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to be here. Thank you, Ken, for that wonderful introduction and all you do, Ken, in support of our men and women in service. Thank you to David Hamilton and America Future Series. I've been involved with the series for a couple of years now, and they just do phenomenal work. Great day today, great evening and reception tonight. It is a real honor for me to be here and present this 5-Star Award tonight. As was mentioned, Amazon and Jeff Bezos were the recipients last year. And General Ray, my old friend, T-Ray, as we used to call him, we served together at Air Force Global Strike Command a few years ago. T-Ray will know sometimes the 4-star gets an invite and can't make it, so it flows to the 3-star who can't make it, so that it flows to the 2-star who winds up supporting the event. Well, Jeff Bezos couldn't make it tonight, and so, as happens, you've got the retired 2-star filling in. It is a real honor for me as a retired military member to present the 5-Star Award. This is an enormously important and prestigious award because it recognizes those companies who do so much and give so much to support our men and women in uniform, their spouses, and their families. And this is an award that identifies patriotism and selfless service across the business community. It recognizes those business leaders and their organizations who do paramount work in supporting our military and supporting our defense community. not only philanthropically, which is very important, as the award recognizes work to support from a charitable basis our men and women in uniform and community support programs, but also with hiring veterans and career development for veterans and their spouses, which is such an important thing as well. So as a retired military officer, I really appreciate the prestige of the award, and I appreciate what it recognizes. As a member of Amazon, I'm honored to be here to present the award tonight. In tradition with AFS, you have last year's recipient award the awards this year, and I'm honored to be able to do that from the Amazon perspective. I can tell you that Amazon is as bought in to each of those principles as the recipients we're about to identify tonight. I've been a product of Amazon's support of the military and its members, men and women. Day to day, I see it up close and personal, and I'm so thankful for that. In 2021, Amazon committed to hiring 100,000 military members and their spouses, and I'm happy to report that by the end of 2024, I think we're going to be able to get there and hit that goal. So I will just throw that out to all of you. Make a commitment to hiring our men and women in military as they roll out of military and supporting their families. So for a number of reasons, it's an honor for me to be here tonight. But tonight we're presenting the award to our new 2024 recipients, and we are so proud and thankful for the work that our recipients do. The first recipient we're going to identify tonight is Guidehouse. And Guidehouse, we'll ask him to come up in just a moment. Their CEO, Scott McIntyre, is here. Come on up, Scott. Come on up here. Let me just tell you a couple of very quick things about Guidehouse and sort of embarrass Scott in public, if you will, about the work Guidehouse does. Guidehouse has a long history supporting veterans, which we so much appreciate, both hiring and training veterans and their families, as well as supporting and participating in community programs to enhance and improve veteran support programs, so critically needed in our country. Many of the firm's senior leaders are also veterans, which is greatly appreciated. Guidehouse serves U.S. state and local clients across sectors, every federal cabinet level agency, global multilaterals, and Fortune 500 commercial entities. Recently, it was announced that Guidehouse earned the 2024 Military-Friendly Employer designation, not once, twice, 3, 4 times, but for the 5th consecutive year. That's worth a round of applause. And Guidehouse is also proud to be named the 2024 Military Spouse-Friendly Employers list, which, again, my wife and I married 39 of my 33 years in the U.S. military. We so appreciate our spouses. So congratulations, Scott and the Guidehouse team. We are honored and proud to provide you the 5-star award tonight for your dedication and service to America's military, its men and women, families, and spouses.
Dave said I had 4 minutes, and I will adhere to that tight timeline. There's a lot you could say, and there's a lot of gratitude I want to express, beginning with AFS and Comtech, and of course to everybody who's here representing the best interests of the best people who serve our country every day. I will just say this. It astonishes me that our not-so-secret sauce of hiring America's veterans and their spouses isn't a chief initiative of every CEO driving it through the organization in every industry around the country. It should be. Hats off to Amazon and AWS for all they do all the time in this capacity and setting bold goals in the furtherance of not just doing the right thing for those who serve us every day, as was said earlier by the Congressman, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time, anytime, but it is best for business. We're a consulting firm. We measure everything. We carved out of an accounting firm. We measure everything, and the indications in every piece of data we look at is that this cohort of our employee base around the world is among the most energetic, capable, disciplined, and strategic that we have in our entire workforce, and all we can do is redouble our efforts to make that a bigger and bigger percentage of the overall employee base. I challenge every CEO to drive this hard in their organizations, irrespective of industry. We all know it works. We know it works all the time, and we know that there's nothing more important to executing your strategy in any industry or in any organization than reliable talent at all levels. And for that, we are grateful to all of our men and women who serve and will one day work for one of us as they make that career transition into the commercial space. Thank you very much, David.
Again, congratulations to Guidehouse and to Scott McIntyre for that really prestigious recognition. Our second recipient tonight, no less prestigious, our second recipient tonight is Business Executives for National Security, better known as BENS, and their relatively new CEO, General Tim Ray, is here to accept the award. I have been affiliated and known about BENS for a number of years, and I can tell you as an active duty colonel to 1-star to 2-star, I saw in a very real way the things Ben did to help support on the Hill, the Chamber of Commerce, and others to help support national security within the United States. And I think most of us are familiar with BENS work or have benefited directly from it. BENS is a trusted, nonpartisan, nonprofit organization. And for over 40 years, the organization has served as the primary channel through which senior American business leaders contribute pro bono, which is so appreciated, their special experience and talent to the government's national security agencies. BENS members are united in the belief that private sector expertise can and does and should assist the national security enterprise to ensure that the United States remains secure. And that is so very appreciated. My boss, the CEO of AWS, Adam Selipsky, is a member of BENS. My boss's boss, Jeff Bezos, is a member of BENS, executive chairman of Amazon. And without further ado, General Tim Ray, we are so honored to have you here tonight and present this award to BENS.
All right, everybody hear me okay? Thanks to the American Future Series for recognizing us for this particular award. It's an absolute honor. It represents so many things that we identify with: commitment to excellence, the integrity, and the absolute dedication to the security of our nation and our way of life. So we're proud to be thought of in that vein, and I would be really remiss if I stood up here tonight and didn't brag on the most important part of our team. And so my time in the military, you've heard the sentiment here, and I would echo it absolutely about our military members, certainly their families, very special. But my time now on the other side, and I play that go-between between the business world and the government. And I'm going to tell you, we have phenomenal people on this side too. It is breathtaking to see the talent. So if I stood here and took the award and didn't bring those people to the forefront of the conversation, I would be completely off the mark. But in the short time I've been in the seat, it's just been incredible to see their perspectives, their talent. And what I like to tell, along with what Clint was saying, is when I talk to my military friends, there's 3 rules of BENS. We're free, we're nonpartisan, and the most important part is we're free. And so, you know, the ability to get in the room without an agenda, without partisanship, to really get to the heart of the matter, to talk about the contours of the problems and bring insights to our senior leaders across the military, even if it's to expand their perspective on how to think about it, I call that success. So I've got a great team, and I'm very proud to say, you know, we're on that one. So it now falls on me, and I think probably the most important part, and if you're smart, you'd realize this is the real reason to come here, not to listen to us. But it falls on me to introduce our speakers here for the panel. And they messed with me, and they told me that I was going to be basically the moderator, which no one prepared me to do, so it was going to get interesting. But here we go. 2 amazing Americans. One I've only gotten to know recently, but one I've worked with in the past. General John Allen, a graduate of the Naval Academy. We'll talk about the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy later, sir, but yep. A tremendous officer and leader. He's been the lead in Afghanistan, where I work for him too. He's been the special envoy about the Americans and the coalition dealing with ISIL. And beyond his military service, his commitment to diplomacy and global leadership just continues to make a profound impact on the world stage. And if you're going to have a great forum and you put a 4-star on the stage, the only way you can beat that is to have a Medal of Honor recipient And that's certainly what we've done tonight with Flo Groberg. His story is tremendous, extraordinary bravery. Born in Poissy, France, Flo became a naturalized citizen in 2001. Driven by a very deep sense of duty and love for the United States, he's not only a Medal of Honor recipient, but a Benz member. Did I say he's a Benz member? He's a Benz member. And an individual has dedicated himself to serving his fellow veterans in every post-service civilian role he's undertaken. His journey is a testament to the indomitable spirit that we have. I do want to take just one quick second to brag on General Allen and a lesson that I never really got to thank him for until tonight, but as a young one-star working for him in Afghanistan, I made one of the toughest decisions of my military career, completely unpopular. Nobody appreciated it, but when it came down to backing your people, General Allen was absolutely in my corner, and he taught a young one-star about making tough calls and having top cover from the top, from the very top. And so that just really served me incredibly well as a 3- and 4-star later in life when I saw people making the right steps. So personal thanks to you for your leadership and what you did for me at one of the toughest times in my professional career. So I publicly say thank you. So at this point, I will hand it over to the moderator and say, welcome to the stage, you two great Americans.